Yo, what is happening? How we doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, guys. Was feeling a little under the weather yesterday, so no stream, but I did get a fair amount of painting done on the Sword Strike, i.e. the white edge highlights. Basically, all of them, except for on his body, which we're going to film now for the tutorial. I don't know why I got out so much paint. I did. Early streams because of daylight savings. I've been starting at 7 lately anyway. But funnily enough, it'll be a later start time internationally. All right, let's just film this little white clip. Is this on the right setting? Why does it look so dark? Stupid losing and gaining an hour. Yeah, I could have done with that extra hour's sleep. We'll just go with this. All right, let's film this clip. So we're going to take some white scar and add an edge highlight to all of the white armor. You can see I've already done the head because it was a little bit tricky to do it on stream. Yo, who was that? Someone followed, Adu, I think it was. Thank you very much for the follow. Might have been a YouTube one, I think. Appreciate it, appreciate it. I want to move my paint over here. So far away from me. These are going to be tricky to paint through summer because white, I mean, the reason I feel white is difficult, for me anyway, is getting the consistency right for the edge highlight. If you thin it too much, then you need to go over it multiple times. If you don't thin it enough, then it doesn't flow well. And in summer, when we start getting the warmer weather, it makes it tricky. Yo, JJ, how you doing, man? Yeah, in summer, it makes it tricky because it dries out on the palette faster. So your consistency changes real quick when it's sitting on the palette. But that's actually all the white edge highlights done because I did them all off stream. Basically did all of the white edge highlights off stream. So I guess we will move on to the gray edge highlights now, because that is the next bulk area we need to do. Eschen Grey, where we at? I'm going to start using the aircon soon. Again. Alright, Eschen Grey. Oh no, I need to do the recess. You do the recess shade first. Recess of Abaddon Black. Subtle but necessary. Let me put him back on his legs. This is where we're at. Yeah, all the legs have got all the white edge highlights done. This dude's going to be cool as shit. He's going to be so cool. Can't wait to do the plasma, actually. The plasma blade. All right, with the white edge highlights done, we are going to move on to the grey black areas, and the first step is to apply a recess shade of Abaddon Black. Who's messaging me at this time? Marvin. Oh, I better read it. Yo, Fran, what's happening? So daylight savings has happened for international people. I don't know if there's too many internationals on right now, but that means the stream times should start a little bit later for you guys, I believe, because we went forward in time. That's right, we went even further into the future. Which means you're further in the past. It doesn't improve. Sorry to say, guys, it doesn't improve. Move out of the way, brush. Thank you. Thank you. You were wondering? Yeah, just letting you know, man. It's still rough. I'll let you know when things change. Do I just use Abaddon Black on the blue? Next month, Fran. So we're paying an editor now. Paying an editor, and he just did the Gundam tutorial so we can get our little portfolio done to give to Bandai, and I have just given him the Dark Angels tutorial, so should be able to start getting those tutorials out a bit more consistently now. Marvin was just finding it difficult to keep up because he's got a new job and he's super busy, and look, editing the tutorials takes a long time, so. And I'd prefer if he was painting his Necromunda gangs for our campaign, so. What do they say? You got to spend money to make money? Something like that? Not that it's about making money. That would be phenomenal. That'd be fantastic. It's about helping as many people as we can with their tutorials. That's what it's about. And if that equaled money, being able to make more tutorials, then that'd be really cool. You're rewatching the Salamander tutorial. Oh, that was a mission. It was a mission to paint. It's probably just as hard for Marvin to edit, to be honest. There was 65 or 68 steps involved. I think the Dark Angel might be similar. But yeah, our editor John has it in his hot little hands now, which is good. The BA tutorial was something I'm pretty proud of. It doesn't actually get a lot of views. At least not yet. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. The beauty of having them on YouTube is at any given stage, they may get super popular depending on when people search for it, you know? You know, the good thing about the Blood Angel tutorial is it's also got a plasma pistol tutorial in there. So when someone was like, oh, how would you paint plasma coils? I was able to just be like, yo, check out the Blood Angel tutorial, dude. There's a plasma tutorial on that. There's something I could have done. Yeah. What could I have done? There was the Zaku's Heat Hawk. Yeah, it was, you know, I could probably go back and clip it from our YouTube videos. You mean this one? This guy's Heat Hawk. I think what I'm going to do is hopefully I can pick up some more Zakus somewhere. And I have to make a tutorial for him, a video tutorial, because I didn't do any for the Zakus, which was silly. But I could paint them up in an alternate color scheme, sort of, like a commander suit. There's like Commander Zaku, so I could use the Heat Hawk and make a Commander Zaku, I think. Yeah, I stuffed up just not making a tutorial for them in general, Fran. Not just the Heat Hawk, but the Zakus in general. I should have made a tutorial with. Live and learn though. Probably doesn't need a recess there. Let's be honest. I'll have something similar on this guy. More painted minis? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I will have a similar effect on this. Obviously not as great. This whole edge here is meant to be a pink plasma blade, and so is that extending out the back there. And this part's meant to be metal. But I feel like I want to paint that as plasma as well. I think it would just look cool. Yeah, pink plasma. Yeah, I know. I'm still sort of brainstorming it. Like, don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. I've got a fair idea. Yeah, the blue plasma is something we're familiar with, and greens even. But I mean, I've seen some pink plasma coils, so I think we'll be all right. We'll find out in a couple of streams, though. We will find out in a couple of streams. We definitely won't be far away from that. See where we get on tonight's stream. I can get all the recess shades done and the secondary edge highlights. Oh, sorry, the primary edge highlights on the grey. That'd be ideal. But I'm not going to rush it. Sword Strike is already looking pretty damn cool. We've got PAX coming up this weekend. So I'll have to see what that means with streaming. I know what... Yeah, we're just going to be very busy. I don't know if I'll have time. We'll just have to play it by ear, I guess. Is that all the grey? Maybe. We won't be streaming from PAX. What we'll be doing this time, Pluto's supporting us there. So we'll be having an area where it's just going to be myself and Marvin with spots for 2 other people. And we're just going to be doing in-person, like, one-on-one tutorials. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. Way less stress than last year. Whenever I do any live streaming from events, I'm always sort of nervous. I'm always nervous because a lot of the time I'm like, would I enjoy this as a viewer? So like when we tried to go live and mobile at ARC, I was a bit nervous because we were having issues and we'd never done it before. But when we were just sitting there interviewing guests, that was easy. Yeah, I'm going to bring all the Gundam to PAX. I'm going to bring all of my Gundam that I've painted. I've got these cool little acrylics, display sort of case things. And I'll display some of the heavy metal ultimate guides that I've also painted because Games Workshop are going to be there for the first time ever. And it's the UK events team that are running it. So, doesn't mean they'll come over and check our stuff out, but maybe, who knows? Who knows? Could be big. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what they're going to do there. Yo, Scotty, how you doing, man? How you doing? What's happening? Scooty, not Scotty. Got ya. I take no offense. I misread names all of the time. I think because Scooty is not a common nickname, really. Well, that's what I'm going to put it down to. Because these are push fit, I might not have to paint the additional Sword Strike minis I got. I may be able to just paint the Launcher Strike section of the miniature, and maybe it will just work. This is my first, I mean, I've watched some Gundam series, but these are my first forays into the realm of Gunpla, and I love it. I love it. I've always liked Gundam. I've just building for me is not the biggest thing. Painting miniatures is my passion. So when I saw the assemble models and the size of them and the fact they're push fit, I was just like, that's perfect. That's perfect. So I've painted up 9 of the current 12 assemble models, and we're working on the last 3. They're more like they're more like a 40k model. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd relate anything Gundam as Gunpla. Does Gunpla mean just playing with Gundams, essentially? What was your most recent kit? You're going to say a perfect grade or something. I got a master grade, and I was just super intimidated. I'm like, I'm never going to build this. High grade Psycho Gundam Mark II. Psycho Gundam is wicked. I think I like, maybe, is it the 3 with the big funnels on the side? But Psycho Gundams are wicked. I've got some high grades. I did start building them, and I will probably attempt to paint one. But again, building is just not, it's not my thing. Gundam is the combination of 2 words, Gundam and Playmo. Playmo is plastic models. Well, these are plastic models. There is some more over there. Did I see a sneaky Nath slip in chat too? Wait. I'd argue, do you know what? I'd argue with Gundam instructions that every Gundam is simple to build. It's just more time consuming. Because their instructions are pretty damn good. And the kits are fantastic. Just judging off the master grade and the high grade that I got. Sort of like having different levels of painting. Like this heavy metal style with all the edge highlights is somewhere between it's probably master grade-ish. Yeah, I got a master grade Dynamis, and I started building it. I can't see myself finishing it. You've forgotten how to paint your own style now? Yes, it's working. It's working. I've converted someone else. I think it's because you've seen the results, Nate, though. And your edge highlighting is just getting better and better each model. Yeah, the Gundams with the LEDs, integrated LEDs, are pretty cool. There's no detail here for these lines, but I'm just going to add them. I'm just going to add them. Hey, come back here. The Psycho, yeah, I'm familiar with the Psycho Gundam. It's from Double, is it from Double Zeta? Paint down in the corner. The Mark II Psycho Gundam is not black and red. All right. Now we're on to the edge highlights. Now we are onto the edge highlights. You know, I'm going to create a new term. If this isn't Gumpler, I'm going to call this Gumper. Gum painting. Gundam painting. Gumper. That's a horrible name. So now we're going to apply our first of 2 edge highlights. This is Eshin Grey. because it is a primary edge highlight. We do want it to be thicker to allow for our secondary. I've seen the OG Gundam, Zeta, Double Zeta, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Unicorn. I've basically watched Wing Gundam without watching Wing Gundam. Same with The Witch of Mercury, but I'm gonna watch them. Probably when I have my long service leave. Just gonna paint all day and watch Gundam series. G-Quacks, yeah, I've watched a lore video of G-Quacks, and I'll get round to watching it. I like the idea behind it. The art looks phenomenal. Have not watched Endless Waltz, no. I did use the tall geese from Endless Waltz as an inspiration for my tall geese. So he's a mix between the OG tall geese and the Endless Waltz tall geese. And Endless, yeah, I'll get around to watching it for sure. I like Wing. Wing's cool as. They giving like tracks and stuff, like removable tracks. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Swear I've seen a Heavy Arms custom that had tracks. Maybe it's from maybe it's from a comic. Maybe it's from a manga. I know they changed his color. He's like he's got some blues and stuff in him instead of orange. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I've watched a lot of lore videos and they sort of all blend into one a little bit. For me, because I'm new. Once I've been doing it for a bit, I'll definitely be able to differentiate between stuff. Yeah, it was Kakarot. Yeah, that's what I watched. I watched Kakarot stuff and a simple new type. Yeah, see, it's already starting to warm up to the point where my Eshin Grey's requiring more water. Now I've thinned it a bit too much. Man, I almost want to put the aircon on. How warm is it? Aircon's not even plugged in, so I can't tell. Got to add a little bit more paint. Touch too much water in my paint. It's making my brush separate just a little bit too much. It's better. No, I don't think I'm going to glue it. I was thinking about this before. I'm thinking I might just, if it switches over fine and it saves me from having to paint another body of a Strike Gundam, then I'm just going to, like, I'm not gluing any of them. So. You went on an adventure last weekend. They were promo models? Didn't even know that. Yeah, they're not going to be glued, so I might be able to switch out the Launcher Strike and the Ale. I do have a second kit of the Strike Gundams. But yeah, if I didn't have to paint up the second kit, that'd be super cool. I wonder if I can shave it down a touch and just throw some little 2mm magnets in there. Might try. Just gonna go to the toilet quickly. After I do these edge highlights. All right, give me a sec. Be back. Are you saying they didn't have stock because the tabletop community isn't that prevalent? Is that what you mean? So they wouldn't have had that many promo miniatures? Not driving an hour north. I reckon if I had to drive an hour, had I not gotten all these boxes, I probably would have done it. I probably would have done it. But I wanted all the boxes to paint up so that we can play when it drops. Yo, Robin, how you doing? Is that all of the... I'm super lucky in the area. I mean, there is a ton of hobby stores within half an hour of where I live. Right, that is the highlights on the body done, I think. No, it's not. I lie. Now it is. It's a fantastic thing about push fit miniatures. You can take them off the base whenever you want. I used to glue my miniatures on bases like this so I could still basically access everything when I was doing Warhammer miniatures. I just put a little bit of plastic glue under that foot. Yo, Mark, what's happening, man? How you doing? You'd be surprised. I'm edge highlighting the Strike Gundam still. Do you know what? You're still packing? While we've got you here. Well, look at this. Pluto Minch is going to be at PAX 2025. Pluto's just launched their monthly mystery subscription. And it's pretty damn cool. There's 2 different packs you can get and the value is insane. So if you're a keen painter like myself, it might be worth looking at. Because Mark's prices are pretty nuts anyway, let alone now you're getting even more of a discount. So you get an absolute heap of stuff. I'm going to put the Instagram in the thread because we don't allow web addresses, but you can find the web address on that Instagram. Stuff like this guy. Stuff like this friendly looking dude that we actually painted for last year's packs. The quality is printed with love. I mean, the quality is it changed my mind on 3D printing. It honestly did. I was a skeptic. That's the word I was looking for last night. Not last night, Friday. I was a skeptic when it came to 3D prints because I got a bunch of stuff from, I'm going to mention another 3D printing company. I got a heap of stuff from Pop Goes the Monkey. It wasn't to the standard I was hoping. And if you ever come to an event where Pluto is, there's a very, very high chance that you walk away with a cute little freebie. Very high chance. I was once one of the people that gave away the freebies. Mind you, I walked away with 50 little owlbears in my pocket too. Mark doesn't know about that. He was probably wondering why his stock was so low. He's like, oh, Justin's doing a good job handing out miniatures. Nah, I got a family of 50 little owlbears. I was a king at it too. I'll take Prince. About Prince. You're the king of it. I was the prince of it. Or the queen. That's where they all went, yeah. I've got a D&D campaign coming up where people need to choose whether to save 50 owlbears or slaughter them to get a bunch of XP. I know what I'd be doing. XP, baby. XP's king. That's the end of the playlist. That is the end of the playlist. Let's find something else. I think the back of these legs is going to be a little bit harder than the front. Grey edge highlights are rough. Like the first grey edge highlight, which is always super subtle. Pretty difficult to see, but man, it makes a difference. Wombat, my dude, how you doing? No stress, Robin. Look after yourself. Look after yourself. Other than it being Sunday, I'm doing good. You know, I thought after 10 models that my motivation would be waving when it comes to getting these dudes done. Nah. G-Fred's going to kill my motivation. I know that. I think Fred's, oh God. I just keep looking at it and I'm like, it's going to look phenomenal when it's done. Like it's going to be nuts when it's finished, but I think it might be one of the longest tutorials I'll end up making. G-Fred, I'll show you guys. So keep in mind that each step of an heavy metal process is minimum 3 colors, up to 5 with the way I paint it. You could do more. You could definitely do more. I'm not going to do more. So if we look at G-Fred in terms of colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be like for a Gundam tutorial, it's going to be like probably 50 steps. Yeah, it's going to be testing, man. It's going to be testing. Like when you compare that to G-Quacks, right? The hero of the G-Quack series, which is less. Right? That's still going to be tough. They are weird feet. Like they are going to be tough. The other one's this one, right? The red Gundam. That's in the G-Quacks box. Like 1, 2, 3. It's like 3. It's 4 colors, which is 4 times 4. So it'll probably be end up being like a. It'll probably end up being like a 30-step process for the red Gundam. But yeah, G-Fred's going to be a mission. To give you an example, the Gundam tutorial is probably going to come out maybe in a week, hopefully. 28 steps. This is 28 steps. I don't think I'll do that much battle damage on G-Fred because it'll just get lost. Yeah, G-Fred's going to be up there with a Warhammer tutorial. I might actually paint it first. I think I'll just paint it first. Like with these, get the punishment out of the way, yeah. So with the assemble boxes that currently released, I painted the Zaku's first because I was super pumped to paint the Zaku's, and then I painted the heroic beginnings with the Gundam in it because I knew that I wasn't that amped to paint gun cannon or gun tank. And then I left the Seed Strike box last as sort of a treat, because these guys are going to look so cool when they're finished. Not that the other ones don't look cool. They all look cool. But these suit the heavy metal paint style the most because they've got a lot of really sharp, short lines on them. There's no real curved edge highlights like on like Char's Zaku. Char's Zaku has like a lot of these little curved edge highlights that are frustrating. These are easy-ish. I'm gonna say super easy. They're easy-ish because they're all just small ones, which are much faster to paint. God, even blocking in those colors, even blocking in the colors. Yeah, hopefully Wombat. I mean, for the most part, majority of these have had fairly good access. I think the one that had the toughest access was, funnily enough, Gun Cannon. Oh, sorry, gun tank. Gun tank had the trickiest areas to paint. Everything else has been pretty good. Man, what a big day of painting. Did like 5 hours at the studio. I'm gonna do another 2 hours tonight. That's why I'm getting these guys done. At least the black edge highlights are a little more forgiving than the white. Do you know, it's not actually the edge highlight, it's more the base coat of the white. It's the recess shade that's the less forgiving part. I spent a long time Saturday tidying up all my recess shades. Sort of the beauty of not going full heavy metal. The tidy up stage is real easy. It's just the base coat. I'm not having to worry about gradients. You want to paint a master grade tall geese like that? Do it. You can do it. It will take a while, but it would look sick. Did I see Rogue Hobbies G-Assemble video? No, I haven't. seen her stuff. No. You've never painted a miniature or model before? Now's the time, Bob. Now's the time. Nice. All right, that is the legs done. That is, I think, the body and the legs are the majority of those grey edge highlights. We've got the sword strike kit to do now, and then we can start with the secondary edge highlights, which is when these black areas really start to stand out. Actually, there is quite a few. Forgot about the hands. The hands are going to take a little bit. Oh, shaky hands. What's going on? You heard birthdays lead to shaky hands? I mean, it was last week. Bro, I'm cooked if I get shaky hands. I'm okay for a few more birthdays. I hope so. Can't afford to pay someone to paint the miniatures. A tenner and a crisp pie 5. Dude, I'll do that. Got a launcher strike Gundam that needs painting. And a sky grasper. Hoon, how you doing, man? Oh no, that's horrid. Oh yeah, Ray Studio stuff is unbelievable, unbelievable. All right, guys, we've painted for 2 hours. Daylight savings has happened in Australia, so the stream starts 2 hours ago. I think we're an hour later on our start time. We've got all the primary edge highlights done on the gray of the sword strike, and I've done all of the white edge highlights. So we're making some really, really good progress. We're going to raid Rajan and see what he's up to. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will catch you all tomorrow. See you guys.
Bad tonight. It's not all a write-off. Who's raiding me? Is it no mana man? Oh, it's BFG. What the hell? How's it going, man? I can BFG in shadows. I can close that tab. What's going on, dude? Thanks for the raid. I couldn't raid us. Is Pluto's Mini still in chat? I saw he was